Red Dead Redemption 2 still looks incredible, but for years there's been a rumor that Rockstar is cooking up an official, expanded, and enhanced edition. The problem? Rockstar hasn't said a word. No announcements, no updates, nothing. So instead of waiting around for a remaster that might never happen, I wanted to see if we could build it ourselves using community-made mods. And the results are actually pretty fantastic. Today, we are transforming Rockstar's masterpiece. We're improving the visual fidelity and clarity of the game, fixing some long-standing bugs, and completely overhauling the combat into a brutal, hyper-realistic experience. Let's get into it. Before we do anything, we need a fresh, clean game install. Start by locating your game directory and completely deleting everything inside that folder. Once it's empty, head over to Steam or the Rockstar launcher and verify the integrity of the game files. This forces the launcher to re-download a pristine, unmodded copy of the game. Once the game finishes downloading, head to the first link and download ScriptHook. Copy everything inside the bin folder to your RDR2 root folder. Next, head over to RDR2mods.com and download Lenny Mod Loader. Open the zip file, look for the Mod Loader folder, and drag everything inside it straight into your game directory. Now, copy the Mod Manager folder and paste it into the same path. Lastly, download Online Content Unlocker from Nexus Mods. Open the zip file and extract the Online Content Unlocker folder directly into the LML folder inside your RDR2 directory. Now, a quick disclaimer before we look at the actual mods. I want to make it clear that I won't be using any traditional graphics overhauls or reshades in this list, because they completely alter the game's original, intended art style. Our goal is to enhance what's already there, not ruin the atmosphere Rockstar spent years building. However, I know graphics are entirely subjective. If you do want to shake up the game's lighting and colors, I tested out the community's top options and prepared a side-by-side comparison between vanilla and 4 of the biggest overhauls. I've left links to all 4 of them in the guide page if you want to swap one in, but for this video, we are sticking to a true Vanilla Plus style. Moving forward, I'm not going to waste your time showing every single installation in this video. Frankly, 99% of them work the exact same way. You just copy the mod folder and paste it straight into your LML folder. And to keep things foolproof, I've put together a complete step-by-step master guide on a GitHub gist. It has every single mod link and the install instructions. You can find it right down in the description. However, there is an exception I need to make to fix the game's terrible 1080p blur, and that's Optiscaler, since the setup is a bit unique. Red Dead 2 is notorious for looking incredibly blurry at 1080p due to its aggressive temporal anti-aliasing. To fix this, we are going to inject FSR4 directly into the game with the help of the Optiscaler Client. First, head to the official GitHub page and download the latest version of Optiscaler Client. Extract the archive and run the .exe file. A dialog will pop up asking you to scan for games on your PC. If you don't see RDR2 in the list, just click Add Manually and select your RDR2.exe file. Next, click Manage. Make sure that both the latest version of Optiscaler and FSR4 are selected, and double-check that you've selected the latest version of OptiPatcher as well, and simply click Auto Install. Now, launch RDR2 and head straight over to your graphics settings. First, make sure your graphics API is set to DirectX 12, as this is required for the upscale pipeline to hook in correctly. And thanks to the client spoofing, DLSS will now be completely unlocked and fully functional on AMD and Intel cards as well. Select any quality preset and start your game. Once you're loaded in, hit the Insert key on your keyboard and select FSR 3.x and click Change Upscaler. Double check that FSR 4.0.2c is selected, then navigate over to the Sharpness tab. Click Override and move the slider to about 0.750. Finally, go down to the Upscaler Ratio Override tab and click Override All. Move that slider all the way to the left, click Save Settings, and restart your game. When you boot back in, that notorious 1080p blur will be completely gone, leaving you with a razor-sharp, stable image. Now that our image is perfectly crisp, we need to talk about textures. By default, Rockstar limits high-quality assets to 1440p and higher, leaving 1080p players with scaled-down versions. To fix this, we are using HD Texture Unlocker. I specifically avoided those massive 30GB texture packs because they kill performance, cause severe VRAM issues, and break the game's engine, leading to broken animal and train spawning. Instead, this lightweight mod simply unlocks Rockstar's native textures at sub-1440p resolutions, keeping it clean, safe, and fully compatible with other mods. But textures aren't the only engine problem we need to fix. Red Dead 2 is filled with hidden rendering bugs. Some have plagued the game since day one, while others were introduced over the years by Rockstar's own broken updates. To clean all of this up, we are installing Graphical Issues Fix. This mod acts as a clean sweep for the game's engine, fixing various visual elements, map culling issues, and broken models that Rockstar completely abandoned. It's also a continuously updated community project, meaning if you run into any weird visual glitches yourself, you can report them directly on the mod page to get them patched. Next up, we have Animal Fur Fix. If you've spent any time hunting or exploring the wilderness, you've probably noticed that animal fur has a weird, distracting, jittery artifact to it. This lightweight patch completely eliminates that noise, drastically improving the fur rendering on all animals across the map to make wildlife look incredibly clean. The author also offers a lightweight version of this mod on the page if you are experiencing performance issues. Speaking of animals, horses are a massive part of this game's identity, which is why we are using Equine Improvements. This mod greatly enhances the asset quality of all horses and mules. It ups their texture quality and even adds mottled whiskers, making your primary companion look significantly more detailed without altering the game's original art style. Next, we have a small but highly necessary physics patch called Corn Sack Fix. If you've ever done chore work around the camp, you know the engine completely breaks the physics models when you carry corn sacks around. This lightweight fix updates those models, ensuring they move and deform realistically when handled. On the topic of camp chores and immersion, we are also throwing in Serving Spoon Fix. This patch is a long-standing, annoying vanilla bug where Arthur or John would literally drop the serving spoon straight to the ground after grabbing themselves a bowl of stew. It's a minor detail, but fixing it keeps the camp atmosphere flawless. The final visual fix we are adding is Corpse Spawn Distance. By default, the engine's spawn radius is so tight that you can literally watch bodies pop out of thin air right in front of you. This mod pushes that distance way back, ensuring dead bodies load in far out of sight so you never see the illusion break. Moving on to gameplay. Our first mod is Catalogue Improvements, which completely overhauls your customization options. It vastly expands your wardrobe variety and fixes annoying clipping bugs on a ton of vanilla clothing items. More importantly, it completely revamps John Marston's look by restoring his original beta assets and porting over his outfits from chapters 1 through 6, giving him a much more accurate look that matches his character progression perfectly. Next up is Extended Player Animations, which focuses on cleaning up the game's movement feel. This mod delivers a massive suite of fixes and subtle enhancements to a wide variety of in-game animations. Crucially, it makes John's animations unique instead of just recycling Arthur's. For example, when John holds a revolver or pistol, he'll accurately point it up toward the sky, just like he did in the first game. Next, we have Stealth Mode, which completely changes how you approach sneaking around by porting over the stealth mechanics straight from Grand Theft Auto 5. Instead of forcing you into a constant, awkward crouch just to stay hidden, this mod allows you to remain undetected while moving normally. Activation is simple. On keyboard, you just hold or double tap Z, and on a controller, you double tap the right thumbstick to slip straight into stealth. If you want to lean fully into the classic Western gunslinger fantasy, Duels is an absolute must-have. This mod allows you to challenge any NPC in the world to a showdown. Just antagonize someone to get their blood boiling.
You the Van Horn tough guy, huh?
Initiate the challenge.
You know what? I think you're full of shit. So why don't we go outside and see who's faster?
Take your position and draw. It even triggers a fully cinematic dual camera to capture the high-stakes tension perfectly. Starting the realism chapter, we have Crime and Law Rebalance. This mod completely overhauls how crimes are handled. It disables minor crimes and settlements, makes everything completely legal out in the wilderness, and dramatically slows down police response times when you're trying to pull off complex heists like robbing a train. However, escaping the initial crime scene is only half the battle. If you manage to accumulate a huge bounty on your head, instead of your standard bounty hunters tracking you down, the game will start throwing U.S. Marshals into the mix. And if you push your bounty all the way to the maximum $1,500 limit, that's when the Pinkertons themselves will start hunting you down across the map. To make matters worse, both the Marshals and Pinkertons will track you down carrying pristine rolling block rifles and semi-auto shotguns. At that point, you're no longer dealing with simple lawmen, you're dealing with an army. Next, we have the Online Animals Unlocked bundle by Play Red, Then Stay Dead. This mod collection injects a ton of online exclusive animal variations straight into single player that were completely missing from the base campaign. Every single new variant comes with fully working skinning animations and correctly colored pelts, making the wilderness feel significantly more diverse. Our first mod in this chapter is Western Euphoria Ragdoll Overhaul. This completely revamps the game's physics engine to deliver much more realistic and dramatic hit reactions. Gunshots now trigger intense momentum-based stumbling and unique ragdoll behaviors that mimic the theatrical, dramatic falls from classic old Western movies, making every single firefight feel incredibly visceral. Paired up with the next two mods, Center Mass Bleed Out and Just Bleed Already. This combination completely shifts the combat dynamic. Center Mass forces enemies to stagger, collapse, and realistically bleed out over time when hit in vital organs, while Just Bleed Already increases the frequency and intensity of that bleeding. Together, they turn every gunfight into a brutal, unforgiving exchange where a single chest shot means a slow, cinematic end. The final mod in this list is Realistic Weapon Audio Overhaul. It completely transforms how the gunplay feels. This replaces the vanilla gun sounds with punchier, high-fidelity audio that packs an absolute punch. It dramatically upgrades every single gunshot, crack, and echo sound, giving every weapon a terrifyingly powerful and immersive acoustic presence that echoes across the valley. And that wraps up today's video. As always, all the links to everything used in today's video are in the guide page along with the installation walkthrough. If this video helped you out, smash that like button and subscribe for more setups just like this one. If you want to check out how I completely overhauled GTA San Andreas, check out this video.